Welcome to the abyss of crime, where shadows whisper secrets, and the truth is often stranger than fiction. From chilling unsolved crimes to controversial trials, we explore the darker side of humanity through meticulous investigation and compelling storytelling. In today's exploration, we delve into a chilling new case. The murder of Grace Millane, a vibrant young British traveler whose life was brutally cut short in New Zealand, has captured global attention and sparked a wave of sorrow and outrage. Grace's tragic story is one of dreams turned into nightmares, where a journey of self-discovery ended in unimaginable horror. This case not only highlights the dangers that can lurk in the shadows of our world, but also underscores the resilience and determination of those who seek justice. Grace Millane was born on 2 December 1996 in Essex, England, to parents David and Gillian Millane. From a young age, Grace was known for her infectious smile, creative spirit, and boundless energy. She grew up in a close-knit family with two brothers who adored her. Grace was a bright student with a passion for the arts, particularly drama and photography. Her creative pursuits were a testament to her vibrant personality and her ability to see beauty in the world around her. Grace attended the University of Lincoln, where she studied advertising and marketing. Her time at university was marked by academic success and a thriving social life. Grace was well liked by her peers and professors alike, known for her kindness, empathy, and a knack for bringing people together. She was a natural leader, often organizing events and activities that fostered a sense of community among her fellow students. Upon graduating in 2018, Grace decided to take a gap year to travel the world. She had always dreamed of exploring new cultures, meeting new people, and experiencing life beyond the confines of her hometown. Her year-long backpacking tour was carefully planned, with stops in South America, Southeast Asia, and finally, New Zealand. Grace documented her travels on social media, sharing her adventures and the incredible sights she encountered along the way. Her posts were filled with joy and excitement, a reflection of her adventurous spirit and her love for life. Grace's journey was not just about seeing new places. It was about self-discovery and personal growth. She was eager to push her boundaries, step out of her comfort zone, and embrace the unknown. Little did she know that her journey, which was supposed to be a celebration of life and freedom, would end in tragedy. Grace Millane's story is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of staying vigilant, even in the most picturesque and seemingly safe environments. Grace Millane had embarked on an ambitious year-long backpacking tour, a journey that would take her through some of the most beautiful and culturally rich regions of the world. Her adventure began in South America, where she explored the vibrant cities and breathtaking landscapes of countries like Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. Grace's social media was filled with pictures of her hiking through the Andes, marveling at the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu, and immersing herself in the local cultures. Her posts radiated excitement and a sense of freedom, capturing the essence of her adventurous spirit. After several months in South America, Grace made her way to Southeast Asia, where she continued her exploration. She visited bustling markets, serene temples, and pristine beaches, always eager to learn and experience new things. Her journey was a testament to her courage and curiosity, as she navigated unfamiliar territories and embraced the unknown with open arms. In late November 2018, Grace arrived in New Zealand, the final leg of her trip. She was particularly excited about this part of her journey, having heard so much about the country's stunning natural beauty and friendly people. Grace landed in Auckland, the largest city in New Zealand, and checked into the base backpackers hostel, a popular spot for young travelers. She spent her first few days exploring the city, visiting landmarks like the Sky Tower and the Auckland War Memorial Museum. She also made plans to celebrate her 22nd birthday, which was just around the corner. Grace's initial days in New Zealand were filled with excitement and anticipation. She was eager to meet new people, make new friends, and continue her adventure. Little did she know that her journey would soon take a tragic turn. The vibrant city that had welcomed her with open arms would become the backdrop for a horrifying crime that would shock the world. On December 1st, 2018, Grace Millane went on a date with Jesse Kempson, a 26-year-old New Zealander she met online. They met at Sky City in Auckland. CCTV captured their initial meeting, showing them entering the bar, ordering drinks, and engaging in friendly conversation, smiling and chatting, appearing relaxed and enjoying each other's company. Later, they headed to Jesse's apartment at City Life Hotel. Grace was last seen entering the hotel with Jesse, carrying her backpack and smiling. The night took a horrifying turn, ending in tragedy. Grace's disappearance triggered a massive search and investigation. The early days of the investigation into Grace Millane's disappearance were marked by a growing sense of urgency and desperation. Grace's family became concerned when they didn't hear from her on December 2nd, her 22nd birthday. They had been in regular contact with her throughout her travels, and the sudden silence was deeply unsettling. Her parents, David and Gillian Millane, immediately reported her missing, prompting New Zealand authorities to launch a search. The initial police response was swift and comprehensive. They began by tracing Grace's last known movements, utilizing CCTV footage from various locations around Auckland. The footage revealed that Grace had been in the company of Jesse Kempson on the night of December 1st. The images showed them meeting at Sky City, visiting several bars, and eventually entering the City Life Hotel together. As the investigation progressed, police appealed to the public for information, hoping that someone might have seen or heard something that could lead to Grace's whereabouts. Grace's family also made emotional pleas through the media, urging anyone with information to come forward. The case quickly gained international attention, with people around the world following the developments closely. Investigators used CCTV footage to trace Grace's final hours. It provided a timeline of her evening with Jesse Kempson and offered valuable clues about her final hours. The footage showed Grace and Jesse together, appearing to enjoy each other's company, which made her sudden disappearance all the more baffling. As investigators pieced together the evidence, it became increasingly clear that Jesse Kempson was a key figure in the case. The search for Grace intensified, and the focus shifted to finding out what had happened to her after she entered the City Life Hotel with Jesse. Jesse Kempson was identified as the person last seen with Grace Millane through a combination of CCTV footage and social media interactions. Footage captured Grace and Jesse's activities, highlighting him as a key figure. This visual record was crucial in establishing him as a person of interest. The investigation heavily relied on this footage to focus on Jesse. In addition to the CCTV evidence, investigators examined Grace's social media accounts and her communications, leading up to the night of her disappearance. They discovered that Grace had been in contact with Jesse through a dating app, arranging to meet him for a date. This digital trail further corroborated the timeline established by the CCTV footage and provided additional context for their interactions. With this information in hand, police made contact with Jesse Kempson. Jesse initially appeared cooperative, but inconsistencies soon emerged. He claimed that he and Grace had parted ways after their night out, but the evidence suggested otherwise. Further probing revealed inconsistencies in Jesse's account. Jesse Kempson's identification as the last person seen with Grace Millane marked a significant turning point in the investigation. It allowed police to focus their efforts on unraveling the events that transpired after Grace entered the City Life Hotel, ultimately leading to the discovery of the truth behind her tragic disappearance. Jesse Kempson's background is a tapestry woven with threads of deceit, instability, and troubled relationships. Born in 1992, Jesse grew up in New Zealand in an unstable environment. His parents separated when he was young, and he was raised by his grandparents, leading to strained parental relationships. As a teenager, Jesse began to exhibit troubling behavior. He developed a pattern of lying and manipulating those around him. His deceitful nature extended into his academic life. Friends recall him as charming but often unreliable and dishonest. Jesse's troubled relationships were not limited to his family. He had a history of failed romantic relationships due to his controlling behavior. Former partners described him as manipulative. His inability to form healthy relationships left him increasingly isolated. In his early 20s, Jesse moved frequently, unable to hold steady employment. He drifted from job to job, often embellishing his qualifications. His transient lifestyle made it difficult to form lasting connections. By the time he met Grace Millane, Jesse was a man with a deeply troubled past. His charming exterior masked a darker side. The investigation into Grace's disappearance revealed Jesse's deceitful nature and capacity for violence. Jesse Kempson's police interviews were a study in evasion and evolving narratives. When first approached by the authorities, Jesse appeared cooperative, presenting himself as a concerned and helpful individual. He initially claimed that he and Grace had parted ways after their night out, suggesting that she had left his apartment on her own. His demeanor was calm, almost rehearsed, as he recounted their evening together. Uncovered evidence highlighted inconsistencies in Jesse's story. The CCTV footage clearly showed Grace entering the City Life Hotel with Jesse, but there was no footage of her leaving. This discrepancy raised immediate red flags, prompting police to press Jesse for more details. Under increased scrutiny, Jesse's story began to change. He admitted that Grace had indeed been at his apartment, but claimed that her death was the result of a consensual sexual encounter gone wrong. He described a scenario in which Grace had asked to be choked during sex, and he had accidentally killed her. This version of events was met with skepticism by investigators, who noted the calculated and detached manner in which Jesse recounted the incident. Jesse's evolving narrative raised further suspicions. His shifting stories and lack of consistency only served to deepen the investigators' suspicions. Ultimately, the evidence would speak louder than Jesse's words, painting a damning picture of his actions and leading to his eventual arrest and conviction. Jesse's shifting stories underscored his attempts at manipulation, but it was the relentless pursuit of the truth by the investigators that would bring justice for Grace Millane. The extensive CCTV analysis played a pivotal role in unraveling the truth behind Grace Millane's disappearance. Investigators diligently reviewed hours of footage from various locations around Auckland, piecing together a comprehensive timeline of Grace's and Jesse Kempson's movements on the night of December 1st, 2018. CCTV footage showed Grace and Jesse meeting for the first time at Sky City, enjoying drinks and moving to multiple bars, their interactions becoming increasingly intimate. The footage captured them leaving the final bar and entering the City Life Hotel together at around 9:40 p.m., marking the last time Grace was seen alive. Further analysis revealed Grace never left the hotel, while Jesse was seen exiting multiple times over the next few days, carrying a large suitcase. This suitcase became crucial evidence. Footage also showed Jesse buying cleaning supplies and a shovel, indicating premeditation. Investigators tracked Jesse's movements using phone records and GPS data, corroborating the CCTV footage and showing him traveling to various locations, including the hardware store for the shovel. The combination of CCTV and digital evidence contradicted Jesse's claims and highlighted his efforts to conceal his actions. Forensic experts examined Jesse's apartment, finding bloodstains that further implicated him in Grace's death. The mounting evidence painted a clear picture of a calculated attempt to cover up a heinous crime, leading investigators to focus on locating Grace's body and bringing Jesse to justice. The discovery of Grace Millane's body was a heartbreaking and pivotal moment in the investigation. On December 9, 2018, a week after Grace was last seen alive, police located her body in a suitcase buried in a remote area near Waitakere Reservoir, west of Auckland. The location was identified through a combination of CCTV footage, GPS data, and Jesse Kempson's movements, which had been thoroughly tracked by the investigators. Forensic analysis of the scene provided crucial insights into the circumstances of Grace's death. The suitcase containing her body was buried in a shallow grave, with soil and vegetation hastily covering it. Grace's body showed signs of strangulation, consistent with the claims Jesse had made about their encounter. However, the forensic evidence also suggested a level of premeditation and an attempt to thoroughly cover up the crime. The discovery of Grace's body had a profound impact on the investigation and the public. It confirmed the worst fears of her family and friends, who had been holding out hope for her safe return. Grace's family faced immense grief and loss. The recovery of Grace's body marked a turning point in the case, providing the conclusive evidence needed to charge Jesse Kempson with her murder. The investigation, bolstered by the forensic findings, would now shift towards ensuring that justice was served for Grace Millane and her grieving family. The trial of Jesse Kempson began in November 2019, drawing significant media attention and public interest. The prosecution, led by Crown Prosecutor Brian Dickey, presented a compelling case built on extensive evidence, including CCTV footage, forensic findings, and digital records. They argued that Jesse had deliberately strangled Grace during a sexual encounter and then taken calculated steps to cover up the crime. The prosecution highlighted Jesse's history of deceit and manipulation, painting a picture of a man who had repeatedly lied to cover his tracks. They highlighted Jesse's efforts to clean the scene and dispose of Grace's body. The forensic evidence, including the bloodstains found in Jesse's apartment and the signs of strangulation on Grace's body, further supported the prosecution's case. The defense, led by Ian Brookie, argued that Grace's death was a tragic accident that occurred during consensual sexual activity. They claimed that Jesse had panicked and made poor decisions in the aftermath, but that he had not intended to kill her. The defense sought to cast doubt on the prosecution's narrative, emphasizing the consensual nature of their encounter and suggesting that Jesse's actions were not premeditated. After a 3-week trial, the jury deliberated for several hours before returning a unanimous verdict. Jesse Kempson was found guilty of the murder of Grace Millane. The judge, Justice Simon Moore, sentenced Jesse to life imprisonment with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. In his sentencing remarks, Justice Moore described the crime as brutal and callous, noting the significant impact it had on Grace's family and the wider community. The trial and verdict brought a measure of justice for Grace Millane and her family, though the pain of her loss would remain. The case served as a stark reminder of the dangers that can lurk behind seemingly ordinary encounters, and the importance of vigilance and empathy in preventing such tragedies. As we reflect on the tragic murder of Grace Millane, one question remains: how can we better protect travelers from such dangers? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of the abyss of crime. As we conclude our exploration of the murder of Grace Millane, we hope it has illuminated the deeper issues that lurk beneath the surface of society. If this series has captured your interest, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the darkest corners of criminal investigations. Please click the bell icon to ensure you don't miss any updates. Your engagement helps us bring these important stories to light. Until next time, stay vigilant and keep seeking the truth. Goodbye for now.